Social media is having a go at Trump and all things America, and memes are flooding social media platforms after Trump has effectively hiked tariffs on Chinese goods, some now going up to 145%. Take a look at these posts mocking Americans. Mao Ning, a spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry, took to X to troll the US with multiple posts. This one is quite obvious. It shows MAGA or Make America Great Again caps being made in China and costing the American consumer a lot more because Trump threw more tariffs at China. Now, this next one goes back to an old speech of Mao Zedong saying that no matter how long the fight went on for China, China would not yield and ultimately would triumph. She then harked back to an old video of American President Ronald Reagan, who spoke on how tariffs didn't help the US and in fact had turned out to be a disaster in the past. Reagan had said then, protectionism is being used by some American politicians as a cheap form of nationalism. He also said, beware of the demagogues ready to declare a trade war against friends, weakening the economy, national security, and the entire free world. Mao Ning also used other Mao quotes, including this one from 1964, directly targeting the US. And in that, it said, America is just a paper tiger. Don't believe its bluff. One poke and it'll burst. Tariffs aside, President Trump says he's ready to do a deal with China.
What happens with China? We would love to be able to work a deal. They've really taken advantage of our country for a long period of time. We're resetting the table. And I'm sure that we'll be able to get along very well. I have great respect for President Xi. He's been, in a true sense, he's been a friend of mine for a long period of time. And I think that we'll end up working out something that's very good for both countries. I look forward to it.
China's Commerce Ministry, meanwhile, is calling on the US to return to a fair dialogue. Pressures and threats will not resolve the dispute. That's what the ministry said. Now, Beijing is ready to talk, but it must be out of mutual respect. Now, that's also part of China's white paper it released in the context of Trump's tariffs, calling the move unilateralism and protectionism that disrupts international trade. Now, the white paper also claims that by trying to revoke China's most favored nation status, the US was violating terms of the World Trade Organization treaty. China says it doesn't try to keep a trade imbalance with the US, pointing to a big drop in its current account surplus since 2007. US companies made nearly $490 billion from sales in China in 2022, which is far more than what Chinese companies earned in the US. Since 2001, US exports to China have grown over 648%. That's much faster than the overall US export growth. Beijing has also claimed that while the US has sought to highlight the trade in goods, it has conveniently ignored trade in services between the US and China, which, as per this white paper, grew 7 times between 2001 and 2023. The US still holds a $26.57 billion surplus in services, mainly from travel, IP royalties, and transport. For more such videos, subscribe to SNG News, hit the like button, and share these videos as well.